CHPT Radio with your host Bon and Josh.
I can't look at it.
No, it's very bright.
It's weird.
It is weird.
I don't feel comfortable looking at the screen.
Not yet, you will.
You love it.
You were like, hello screen, hello everyone. So there's 7 YouTube watchers total.
Is there 7?
No, I think there'll be a total of 7 views.
Woohoo!
I think 4 of them have been me trying to edit it.
Still counts, man.
Okay, cool.
Still counts.
So, another week, CHPT, big week.
It has been a huge week at CHPT, a huge week.
Yes.
So we're a little bit tired, but
Yes.
that's what happens.
Yeah, so we've just gotten off the long weekend, which I didn't even realise was going to be a long week. It must be well and truly in the throes of a project when you don't even realise what day it is. And didn't even realise it was a long weekend over the weekend.
Well, that's when they say
started.
that you're really living life in the moment when you don't know what day it is.
Yes, so the weightlifting space is, I would say, 95% complete.
Yes.
There's a few pieces of equipment to turn up now. There's some more installation of some storage and a few other sort of supplementary pieces to come in.
We're still get our builder back too.
Yes, there's a little bit to finish off. But also a massive shout out to DJ who did the floors.
Happiest guy in the world.
Yeah,
He's so happy.
just looked at the job, and after doing the floors in the main gym, he was like, "This one will be easy." And we threw in the curveball of putting the wood down, which is different to most flooring that goes in. But Deej just smiled and did some research on his own bat, found the right adhesive, and then watching troweling was almost hypnotic. Like, it seems like such a simple thing. I'm like, oh yeah, you just do this, and then I watched DJ do it, and I go, it's not just that. It's like watching anyone that's exceptional at what they do.
Yeah.
They make it just look easy, and like, oh, that doesn't look so hard. I can do that. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I'll stick my elbow to my face. So,
That's so true.
Deej was, and again, built like Mr. Builder, was very patient with someone that didn't know a heap about what was needed to get done, and goes, look, I've set it in an order that you can't stuff it up. If you do this, this, and this, we should be right. So he was really good, and the finished product now is amazing. There's not it looks completely level, and that's always a challenge on a concrete slab for a floor to look level.
Remember our first gym?
It was. He deadlift and then go chase the barbell, so we were doing strength and cardio at the same time. But yeah, but to use 2 different products and keep it flush and everything else, Deej's done really well. So
He made me happy watching him on how happy he is.
yeah, he just went about his job. He's happy to be here and happy to help him. So we're really grateful for that. So the gym now, then we've been public holiday yesterday, so a few rescheduled clients and people all over the place from normal.
Next week, everyone will be back to a full house. So
Yes,
school's back, everything's back to normal.
Everything returns to
So we actually had someone send us a message on Instagram and ask us a question.
yeah, which is cool.
This is really true.
Yeah, we've had a couple of questions before. One of them was a question that I asked Bon, but a couple of the other questions we've had have been from members in the gym, as opposed to someone on the interwebs reaching out and saying, hey, what do you think about this? And so, pardon me, the question was around Herbalife and Preworkouts, and what are our thoughts on those 2 items?
I think when you begin a fitness weight loss journey, it's not easy.
No, and you get bombarded with 900,000 messages, and everyone's got their own story that they want to share.
And this time of year, everyone is selling you everything.
Yes.
Because it's the Monday of the year. You just got to be really careful what's out there. And you've got to remember everything has an end date. So when you start on different products and you start using different things, everything has an end date, so nothing lasts forever. So you want it to be sustainable, so it doesn't have an end date.
Yeah. And just scroll back quickly. There is a difference between Herbalife and Pre-Workout. So for those that are unsure, Herbalife is probably a category of product which I would describe as rapid weight loss.
My mum and dad, I remember my mum and dad doing it, back when I was growing up. I remember the guy coming around and sorting out the pills and having the containers in our green kitchen.
So,
It was green. The bench tops were green. All the rage in the 70s.
so that just flags for a start. Anything that you can't just walk into a store and buy, there's a reason for that. And you've got to question why can't I just buy this in the supermarket if it's completely healthy and safe. The other one before we move on, pre-workout is pretty much just a series of stimulants that are designed to hype you up prior to a workout. That's why it's called pre-workout. So it's to try and put you in the best mindset, I guess, for training. But in reality, and physically, and that's just through having a huge amount of caffeine dumped into your system.
You don't want to do that at night.
No, so pre-workout, well, if you are going to take it, I would suggest it no later than 11 a.m. Caffeine has a half-life of 12 hours, so good luck trying to sleep after the pre-workout unless it's sort of taken really, really early. And then you need to start to
have a
downer at night, and that would be a really terrible cycle to jump into. So pre-workout has its place. However, you've got to be really conscious as to what you're doing when you take it. Coffee is a pre-workout in many respects.
Life.
For a lot of people for life. So you need to just be aware that going, all pre-workout is bad. It's not necessarily the case, because you might be saying, I like to have a coffee half an hour before I train. That's in effect a more socially acceptable pre-workout.
I think I don't use pre-workout when I lift because I want to know what my body's doing. I want to be able to feel what my body can do. So when you do take a pre-workout, you're kind of masking that feeling of what you can really achieve.
Yeah, depending on the type you take, there'll be a whole heap of like tingling sensations, and you don't lose motor control, but you do lose awareness of control. I know guys that take it before they play baseball because they reckon it helps them with their focus. And for those guys, they also are crashing about halfway through as a general rule.
So you got to remember when you do take stuff, it spikes you. What goes up must come down.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's pre-workout, but then the rapid weight loss stuff is a different ballgame. And if it's not sustainable and they're trying to promise you results in 6 to 8 weeks, it's just not an idea.
You got to remember, the quicker you lose weight, the quicker you put it back on. So if you lose a quick 20 kilos in, say, 8 weeks,
which is 2.5 kilos a week, which is huge.
You're going to put that back on within 6 months once you start eating normal again, plus 20% is the general math around that. So the quicker you lose it, the quicker you put it back on, plus extra.
Yeah, and that's because your body just goes into a state of shock and doesn't respond well. It doesn't understand that it's in a calorie deficit, because that's all that the rapid shake is doing. It's providing you with enough sensation of full so that you stop eating, but it's very limited in calories, and therefore you're not getting the calories that you need to be able to not even move, let alone train as well as
function. Like everyday life, there's a reason we need carbohydrates, and that's for our brain to function. Have you ever had that brain fog where you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what's going on? It's mainly because you're lacking carbs. Carbs aren't evil.
No, we want to avoid processed carbs.
But, definitely.
But the carb itself is not an evil product.
No. Whereas people go straight to cut out all carbs. Well, actually, we need them for more important things.
Like being able to think and drive and focus and talk to people. So Herbalife, it's not a product I've ever taken, so I can't talk specifically as to its effects on the body. I know that it can make people rather unwell as well. There has been reports as well that it, and this is for that product specifically, but for most of those products, there is issues quite often with kidney and liver.
I think that's prolonged usage.
Just people crave that. I'm getting results, I better keep going. This is the only thing that's working. So they prolong the use of those products, and then they realise that those products are actually running them into a really big hole with their vital organs down the track.
I think that if you use it as a tool, if you want to use it, do your research into it, but understand that you only use it for a little bit. to help you get mentally, oh yeah, I can do this, I can make that happen.
Yeah, there are, what it also is it's a meal replacement. So you don't eat on it, and therefore your body's designed to chew food and to swallow, and your digestive system is there for a reason.
That's how it works.
So it needs the mechanical process of chewing. Otherwise you start to go a bit stir crazy as well. Your body starts to actually crave chewing. So if you're all of a sudden going from eating 3 or 4 meals a day down to say 1 with 2 shakes, your body's craving that ability just to chew and the enzyme release. And so there's a whole heap of, whilst it will give you some results in the short term, the cost on your body is so high that it may not be worth it. So yeah, I'd be really doing your research beforehand as to the type of sort of product that you want to take, both pre-workout or rapid weight loss.
Yeah, there's a lot of docos out there too, so jump on YouTube. But yeah, just...
Herbalife was accused of being a pyramid scheme there for a period. So that also then lends us to, like, that muddies the water around the quality of the product. If it's been accused of being a pyramid scheme where you're in effect tricking your friends into buying the product so you can profit off your friends then selling stuff, that doesn't, or multi-level marketing, that doesn't seem like it's a really solid product if it's not using sort of a traditional method to sell things like everybody else has for thousands of years.
Yeah, cool. So, but just do your research into it. At the end of the day, it's your body and what you choose to put into it. But I don't know, just there's a reason that you shop around the edge of the supermarket. You don't need to go into the centre of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're not even in the supermarket, so that's another flag. So that's a listener question. Hopefully that answered. I don't know. I feel terrible. I can't even remember who sent that question in.
You're fired.
I'll go back. So yes, but you will know who it is. So hopefully that's answered it. This week in the gym, we have 2 little ladies that are heading off to their first days of big school and little school.
Yeah.
So there might be some heightened emotions in the gym from them this week. You'll see them before or after school. They're both very excited to head off to school. So
yes. They will be missed.
They will be missed. I know those 9:30 people will be missing their little coach, and also their training partner in Isa, who's been jumping in the group as well. So the ladies will be around, but they might be a little bit heightened as well. So if you don't get the same level of interaction you normally do, that's probably what's going on.
Yeah, it's a big week. Everyone's very excited.
Yes, absolutely. All right.
Well, that's it from us. So thanks for tuning in, and remember to be brave, be wise, be kind.